It's another week of news from all around the parks. It is Extra Magic Hour.
You're listening to the Extra Magic Hour, brought to you by Walt's Apartment Productions. Join the team in the studio as they bring you the spirit of Disney, Universal, and theme parks beyond through park news, history, and tips and tricks to make your next theme park vacation even more magical.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Extra Magic Hour. This is your weekly Disney Universal Parks centric show for everything Walt's Apartment Productions. Plus, we'll sprinkle in a little bit of Knott's, a little bit of SeaWorld, and whatever pops in. So, I am one of your hosts, Joey, and of course, I'm joined by my parks and cruise loving co-host, but more importantly, girlfriend, Courtney. How's it going?
Hello. I'm doing good. We're one work week down. It's the weekend again. Woohoo.
Or as we start to get around this time, 1 week closer to D23, the ultimate fan event, coming this August to Anaheim, California once again. So as we kind of start the show, we're going to have a little bit of what we're calling a D23 bookend. So we have a D23 event trip report that Courtney's going to give real shortly. And then we're going to end with a little bit of not really news. It's kind of a little bit of obvious, but it popped up on the news feed, so it's worth talking. But before that, let me remind you that we are brought to you by three awesome, this little cloud thing is kind of messing me up here. Three awesome sponsors: Getaway Today, Sunken City Designs, and of course, We're in the Park. We will be hearing from all three of them very shortly. But before we get to our topics, like I said, Courtney has an awesome trip report from something that her and Kelly did recently. One of those awesome perks and events that D23 tends to throw. So what did you guys do?
So we attended the D23 celebrates the 25th anniversary of the Princess Diaries. And they did this by holding an event at the place where the filming location of the Genovian consulate. This is at Mount St. Mary's College in LA, and they have what they call the Doheny Mansion. And this mansion, they filmed in many rooms, many of the scenes where the Queen Clarice, the grandma, comes and stays when she meets Amelia for the first time and tells her she's a princess. So this will be like when she goes and attends her princess lessons and they start yelling at her, "Get off the grass!" That's the outside of this mansion. So they had props and costumes from both the movies, from Princess Diaries 1 and 2. They had, most importantly, had her coronation cape and her red dress. And they had a bunch of, yes, that's the front of the mansion. They had a bunch of crayons. Oh, not crayons. Crowns. One special one was King Louis, Fat Louis, the cat. The cat has
I mean King Louis, like a super dabba dooba.
No, she names the cat
I know
Fat Louis, and it wears a crown. So, but this is also where they have the state dinner where everybody sits around the dinner table. So I had to take a picture of that. And the cool fact about the dinner table is at Mia's place where she's sitting, the place card that had her name on it is a little bit singed where it caught on fire. So it's still singed.
Which means there's a practical effect.
Yeah, it was a practical effect. Like Anne was really holding the place card and with her name on it, and it was really on fire. But you can see that there's the cap, the crown, and the red dress in the ballroom. That's like the last scene where everybody's dancing in the ballroom area at the coronation. There's the grandmother's study. So it was all like on one floor of this mansion. the first floor, and it was just different rooms in the house, and it was really fun. They gave us Genovian flags. They gave us a replica of Mia's journal, and they gave us like a bunch of things to put in the journal, like if you were like, they call it a junk journal, so like it's kind of like a scrapbook kind of thing. Oh yeah, they also had her school uniform, which that's never been on display before. Some of these things have been on display. If you've seen the Crown Jewels exhibit, it has a lot of the Princess Diaries stuff in there.
You guys get to keep the flags, or was that just for like
Did.
prop?
No,
Very
they had some for just as a prop, but they did give each one of us a flag. So we have the Genovian flag.
nice. Very cool.
Yeah, it was a very fun event.
Yeah, I was going to say, you also get to like just kind of remind people exactly like how to register or like for
To
these
go to these
events.
events.
Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah,
there's
so
some of them are a little bit tricky, and some of them are like if you blink,
yeah,
you miss it. So, like this particular
exactly.
event was a time framed
Yes,
window that you guys had, right?
it was very, very strict because it is on a college campus. You only got an hour. There was different time slots that you could sign up for, but you only had an hour. These kind of events you do have to pay for. They are gold member. Actually, yeah, these were gold. This one was a gold member only event. Some events that they hold, they do have like special pricing for like general members where you're not a gold member, but this one was a gold member event. And what that means is you're part of the fan club and you get access to be able to purchase tickets to these events. Some of ours, we have had some free events, but most of the time you get to buy tickets to these events.
Yeah,
But they're very, very, very worth it.
yeah, and a lot of these, I mean, yeah, you got to pay for it, but there's like sometimes there'll be you can count how many people are part of it on both your hands or on one hand in
Right.
some cases. So not
Yes.
only are they like it's not like an after dark where like thousands of people. It's very limited to
Very
go.
limited.
So yeah, so very cool.
Mhm.
And of course, like you mentioned, some of the stuff you got, but you don't leave a D23 event, no matter the size of it, without going home with some free
Something.
swag, which is usually pretty
Yeah.
awesome too. So
Absolutely. Every event comes with something, whether it be as simple as a little pin or in this instance was a junk journal. So with all the things to make up an entry in.
nice. And you guys
Oh,
have any?
we also got, they've been doing these like throwback events, like at Downtown Disney, and they had these pins where they have the throwback pins, like
Mhm.
blind bag. We got 3 of those in our bag. So they gave us pins as well. I got a Xenon, Zoom, 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 a Lizzie McGuire pen, and a Powerline P. So
Nice.
that was really fun.
Very cool. And yeah, because sometimes they do make a little bit of extras, but it's cool because usually you get the extras, but at other D23 events, it's not like you can just get them like anywhere
Yeah,
too. So
and last year they did have like an end of year sale where like they did take a bunch of like whatever they had left over from all the different D23 events and they just like put them on sale, like you could buy them for $5 like. So I hope
yeah,
they do that again this year because there were some events that like I missed out on, but I think it would be really really cool to do
yeah.
that
And I
again.
know,
I
I mean,
liked
they
it.
were really heavy with the a destination D23 from Florida last year. So something not that scale, I'm sure they'll have a little bit less, but still some cool stuff
They might even do
coming
it
up.
again and whatever they have left over from the expo.
Yeah, true. So before we move on, do you guys have any plans or tickets for any other future D23 events besides the Ultimate Fan Experience event?
You know what?
I
Let
can't
me
remember
check.
what's D23 or what's not D23 now.
I know. Some events went on sale and we did not get anything. Oh, the one that just went on sale was the Oogie Boogie Bash specific
that's
one.
right.
And we didn't go for the D23 one because I'm dog sitting that weekend. But so as of right now, I think our next D23 event is D23 night at the Angel Stadium. So we'll be at the baseball game, which is right
Nice.
before D23.
And D23 day at Disneyland. So
Yeah, unless we miraculously decide to get tickets to like one of the movie screenings, like we did with the Dead Man's Chest. They will sometimes partner with the local like outside movie vendor, and they're doing one for Princess Diaries and they're doing one for Cars. So we
okay.
haven't gotten any of those yet, but we'll see.
Yeah, cars would be fun. So well, very cool. But getting to our topics, we are going to start on our coast, the California coast, and at the Disneyland Resort, where we got some new information. Again, more perks for Magic Key holders. So, what did they throw to us this time?
So we get to do a scavenger hunt. So starting on June 26th, you can pick up your very own special map at Disneyland Park at Disneyana or Main Street, USA, and you can take part in a scavenger hunt around Disneyland Park.
Nice.
That's all the info I got.
So basically, you get to carry around this cool map, which is almost like a little tribute to the old fashioned like wall size maps with the characters going around the border. And like this would be an awesome keepsake. And but most likely, I'm sure you'll probably have to trade it for a sticker and turn it back in. So they could keep the sticker, and I would keep the map.
Well, we'll see. Unfortunately, we're going to the park 2 days before this happens. So, but they're doing it all summer long, I believe. So we'll eventually get the map for sure.
They got to get off our we're in the park friends.
I know that's their territory.
Here. Yeah. No, I mean we love Disney and a lot of the stuff, but it's like, oh, these people like are making cool Disney sports jerseys. Let's make our own Disney sports jerseys.
Right.
Or even I think it started with they had the unofficial like Hidden Mickey book, and then they made an official Hidden Mickey book, and like and so on, and even now with the scavenger hunt, which I mean we all love a good scavenger hunt, but you know, it looks fun, it looks cool. The Hoppers one is cool, but we
Where
prefer
in the park was probably going to be better.
Yes. There's no probably there. That is for certain. But no, that's cool though. As a fan of somebody that as growing up would collect, you know, the free maps that you get at the ticket booth, which were a lot cooler, like in the 80s and 90s, and more detailed, but it's still cool. So I like when they do the retro stuff like that. So it'll be fun. Let us know if you guys do that and how that goes. But sticking in downtown Disney, something that we got really excited about last week since it showed up on the map on the app. The walls are coming down for a lot of stuff now. So what have been shown here at downtown Disney?
So the whole area, the walls have come down. So that means they're done with the outside portion of it. The Gordon Ramsay, the Carnaby, and the Earl of Sandwich. The walls have come down. So that means they're going to be working on the inside now. And it's going to be opening soon. Hopefully in time for D23, but we're not really sure. But
the insides are it. Once this is all up on the outside, it wouldn't surprise me if they were open by Disney's birthday.
Right, on July 17th. Yeah,
possibly.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. But walls coming down means something's gonna happen soon. So that's why I put it in there.
Oh yeah. So very excited. I'm really excited for I mean, love Arrow Sandwich. But it's not like as exclusive as it was when they first put it in. So, but still love it. So I'm glad that it's out of all the many iterations of what's been going on with Downtown Disney, the plans when they're going to put the hotel there. I mean, I'm glad it still survived all that crap that was going on over the
Yeah.
last couple of years, and next to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant, which I believe might be the first on a Disney property. Is that sound about
I
right?
think
Or
so. I think so because I don't think they have a Ramsey anything on Disney Springs because that's
yeah,
Wolfgang Puck over there.
yeah, and I
So
believe before a lot of Ramsay properties were casinos,
yeah,
stuff like that, or like the
I mean
strip.
they're everywhere in Vegas. So
Yeah, and even up in Reno by some of the casinos, one of his steakhouses, and I believe is it London or is it a fish and I don't know, but there's a couple places there, so it's cool that they actually, we're kind of making fun of City Walk, like, oh, they just put a Raising Cane's. It's like, good for you. Downtown Disney's
yeah.
getting a Gordon Ramsay restaurant that I'm still going to call an Austin Powers restaurant, just so the whole British invasion. I'm totally
Heck
down with
yeah.
that. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. So, like I said, my little prediction is around Disney's birthday, around the 17th is
I
my guess.
like that. It still gives them about a month,
Yeah.
or so to
And
get
we're not
that up
counting
and
soft
running.
openings, stuff like that. But,
No. Yeah.
and
But
we,
I mean, I would just say I'm gonna be loving having more eateries around because, like, right now, downtown Disney is pretty sparse because they took out all our eateries,
yeah.
mostly down there. So I'm just happy to have our restaurants back, and Earl Sandwich is still the cheapest sandwich you can get on property. So I'll be
Oh, yeah.
happy to have that back.
And I know we're kind of going long on this, but this is a place where we spend a lot of time at. Even if
Yeah,
we go to the parks or don't go to the parks, if we're in the area, let's go to downtown Disney for a few hours. We're going to be bookended by two great sandwich places at downtown Disney.
yeah.
And I mean, I know Porto's is more than sandwich place, but I mean,
I mean, I get a sandwich there, so I would call it a
yeah,
sandwich place.
but I mean, the Thanksgiving dinner at one end of the park or the Cubano at the other end of
I know,
the
right?
it's going to be bonkers. And we
It's gonna
haven't,
be
I
tough
mean,
choices, tough choices. I mean, we'll have to stay the whole weekend just to try everything.
yeah, and as someone too that like if we enter through Mickey's, like to get that cup of coffee before we get into the park. I'm not much of a Starbucks person. I never really was a La Brea person, so I would always get my coffee at Jazz Kitchen before the remodel. But
Ah,
now that we got a Porto's there and they're going to have the cafe, I haven't had coffee
oh
yet from
yeah.
Porto's, but I already know I'd rather have it there than
Oh
Starbucks
my
or
gosh, they
something.
like
So
swear by it. Like Kelly and Sarah and Bryn, they all swear by it.
yeah,
So,
so that's what I'm excited for. You got a new coffee spot right by either one of
mhm.
the entrances, so gonna be
Heck yeah.
awesome. But we are going to move. We're staying in SoCal, but headed over to our friends at Universal Studios Hollywood, and who's become one of my favorite content creators. Does some great videos on
Yeah.
especially Universal stuff, and jealous that he got an awesome He-Man Master of the Universe pack to see the movie. Anyways, that's a whole other podcast. But let's hear from Jake Stewart, 21 on Instagram, on what's going on at Universal Studios Hollywood.
Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. I am not
Oh, let
joking.
me
Let's
get the
go
volume.
check it out. Look at that. It looks so good. Here's the main entrance. You got the warning sign on the right of it and the height requirement on the left. But that's not all because they also removed all of these walls. And we can see right into the attraction entrance. There's the exit where you can purchase your on-ride photo. We can also see the attraction entrance as well as the single rider line and the express line. They got people guarding the ride too. They got this thing locked down like Fort Knox. Now, a few months ago, I was actually allowed to go on the ride platform where I was able to see the incredible mural, the ride train, and even see a few test runs.
That's cool.
Look at them go. So now we've seen the outside of the ride and the inside of the loading station. All that's left is for us to see the queue and ride the ride. The biggest question now is when will there be a soft opening? My guess is within the next week or so. I also believe team member previews could start today or possibly tomorrow, as they were walking the track yesterday. So the next step will be them riding it. But this is still just awesome to see. Are you guys excited for Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift opening this summer? And if you were here during the soft open, would you ride it? Let me know down in the comments and I'll see you in the next one.
Nice.
I'm
So
excited.
so you agree with Jake? You think it might be within the next week or so with the walls coming down, or
I think so. I mean, somebody inadvertently posted a wrong opening date, and it had June 26th as the opening date, but then it was gone and they had to print a retraction. But everybody saw it beforehand. So this just tells me that they're like really, really close to opening it. And if it's not going to be that June 26th, then it's definitely going to be like right around 4th of July, I think. But yeah, Universal is not known for like, well, I think they did do a preview of Secret Lives of Pets, but that was during COVID too. They're not known for really doing like pass holder previews and stuff like that. I know that they may try it out, but they do let their team members have previews beforehand. But they are known for just like opening without any like fanfare. Like they just open the ride.
Or
That's what they
hence
did
the
with
Jurassic Park area fan fest. Like, hey,
yeah, exactly.
this is coming next week. Walk through it if you want.
Right. Because like I just always go back to like when they were building Velocicoaster in Orlando, and everybody's like they're totally laying like roller coaster tracks. It's gonna be a massive coaster, and everybody's like, and Orlando keeps going, nah, it's just a churro cart. Like, what are you talking about? Like, we're not building anything. And then all of a sudden, like, they're like, and it opens today. And then people were standing in line for it, and they gave everybody churros in the line. So,
That's
like,
hilarious.
I don't expect like them to like be like, hey, this is the opening date. I kind of just expected to open. But I
Yeah.
will say that like when they opened Harry Potter World, um they had soft openings like a month before they actually opened it. I can't remember because I remember going in April and it wasn't officially open, but then I think it opened in June, and that was like it's like grand opening, but it had already been like soft opening for like 2 months. But like I will say, a whole land is different from like a ride.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to soft open it for 2 months before you actually open it. But with Mario Kart, we did get an annual pass holder preview to the land. I do remember that, but it was like an early morning thing. So I don't know. It could go either way. We haven't got any information, but I do agree with Jake that it could be very soon.
Yeah,
A
absolutely. Especially
long-winded
with
way of saying things.
yeah, and I'm the same way too. I always tell people I can't like not tell a story when I get asked a basic question. And
I
so,
know,
but
right?
um,
But it was just like coming to because I couldn't remember if they had done the annual pass holder like previous beforehand, and and then I was just like, oh yeah, I remember for annual pass holders they did do a preview of the land for Mario Kart
yeah.
or
So,
for
and
Super Mario World. Yeah,
I'm going to
Nintendo
butcher the
World.
name, but it has like the big movie
Mega
Summers,
movie.
mega
hmm
movie. Has that officially started?
It officially
Yeah.
started on the 13th. So yeah.
Okay, so they want to get this ride operational as soon as possible. Then,
Right, and it is also
as
the
it's
25th anniversary of Fast and
the
Furious,
movie.
the first
Yeah.
movie. So
I just totally side tangent, but I think it was even like a month ago, so it's not like it was brand new. But I think they had a special screening, and like Vin Diesel and a bunch of the actors were there and
Mhm.
something. But
Oh yeah.
Paul Walker's daughter was there, and he like gave her a
Mhm.
hug and did
Oh,
not let go of her for like it was seemed like 5 minutes. But
oh.
um,
I know that
yeah,
that means a lot to him. So yeah.
yeah, and people. I mean, you can knock on the movies, especially like I remember there's this meme that came out like, man, the last one, he's like, remember when this movie started? They were just stealing DVD players from semi trucks. Now they're flying to the moon. Um,
I know, right?
but- so you
It
can
did
knock
get a
on them,
little like wacky, I will
yeah.
say. The franchise did
But
get a little wacky.
they owned it. It's not like they were like, no, this could really happen.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, no matter what, everybody that's gone through the entire series, you really do feel that family aspect of it.
Yeah.
So gotta respect that.
Yeah.
Sticking though at Universal Studios, they've been testing, and it looks like they have officially started a new security check.
Yes. Um starting, I think yesterday, Thursday, people are actually going through a new security checkpoint. So now you have to go. It's like right when you pull into Jurassic Park and Curious George / ET. There's going to be a security check on the outside before you even get into City Walk. So City Walk will now be within the bubble instead of not being checked at all to go to City Walk.
At all entrances, or just this one right now? I'm just getting a visual for myself. So.
It's gonna be at Jurassic Park and then at the Curious George one. So those are the two main entrances. This one at the front of the park, they said they are still going to keep that, the old one, for the Frankenstein. So because that is where they have valet parking everywhere, but the Frankenstein one, if you park in Frankenstein, that's like mostly valet parking. So then you'll get the front of the park, or if you park in Woody Woodpecker, whereas the preferred parking, if you pay more for parking, then you would go through that front
Okay.
security check. That's still there. So they're not getting rid of that one. I just don't think they're going to have as many because they're going to have more. I think they said somebody counted 13 stalls at each one. So when you go into Jurassic and when you go into Curious George.
Okay. Interesting.
So so the Jurassic one is going to throw you out at NBC Grill. That one, and then Curious George is gonna be over there by Buca de Beppo and stuff like that at the back of the City Walk at the back.
Gotcha. All right. And so before we take our first break, we got another little thing that they added here to this Backlot Studio Tour, which I believe we mentioned and shared on the last episode. I can't remember, but it's okay because it's pretty badass. So if we did, we're sharing it again. They got a pretty cool actual movie prop from the Odyssey, which is coming out.
I think I mentioned it because it was there when I went to AP Takeover Night, but it was in the dark, so I didn't get a very good look at it.
Yeah, but I feel like, anyways, it doesn't matter because, like I said, it's badass. So
it's part of Mega Movie Summer. So when we were talking about it, we might have already shared something about it, but this is the actual boat.
Yeah, and let's go back to Jake Stewart. It would be cool to get him on the show. I'm just going to say that right now.
I know we should invite him on.
My gosh. They just added the Odyssey to the studio tour at Universal Studios Hollywood, including props and behind-the-scenes footage. So let's check out what's new. I love the studio tour. So far, nothing for the Odyssey yet. They got the train working again outside of Kong School Island. Gotta show some love for my boy Bruce, though. Bruce! They changed the Hollywood sign for Mega Movie Summer. I like that. But now it's finally time for the Odyssey.
Here to tell you about it is director Christopher Nolan.
For the Odyssey, we wanted to take the audiences on Odysseus' incredible journey across the world, across this incredible adventure. And to do that, we shot IMAX film all around the world, incredible locations. And we wanted to put audiences on the deck of his ship. So we shot with full-size ships.
Yeah.
Like the one that you're seeing right now.
Oh my gosh. That is so cool. It's the ship from the Odyssey. That's awesome getting to see an actual prop from Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. What other theme park can you go to see stuff like that? Looks like they also added this new photo op at the end of the tour. I love that they added some new stuff. What do you guys think about the new additions? Let me know down in the comments and I'll see you in the next one.
That's pretty cool. And because one thing that I have always loved about Christopher Nolan is practical and full scale. He doesn't they could have easily done just the bow of the ship and then the rest was CGI. He's like, no, we're building real ships. We're throwing them out in the water.
And when I was there, somebody said, I can't remember if it was somebody from our group, or it might have been Amanda or Kevin, but you could see the crack in the ship where it probably breaks in half. Because that's the ship where they're crossing the sea and they get into the Sirens island, and I think he crashes on there. So but the ship does break in half.
Yeah, that's super cool. So that'll be out soon. I would love. I'm sure once the movie comes out that they might throw out even a few more things
Yeah.
out there. But
Right
I
now,
know they don't
there's
want to
the
give away
Trojan
too much.
horse. Right.
Yeah.
That there's the Trojan horse that's outside the theater. Now, I don't think anybody's seen it yet or have film like footage of it yet. Because the boat was the first thing they put in. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But those are
And
the two things from the Odyssey that I know of for sure that is there.
yeah,
Except
and not
the
really
Trojan horse is more.
yeah, and not really related though to Universal Studios, but Courtney actually shared this with me last night. But if you go to AMC, they have this awesome IMAX camera 3D or movie 3D
Yeah,
camera
they have it's a
bucket
popcorn bucket.
popkin. So it might be hard to see if you're watching on YouTube, but it says IMAX, but it actually under it says The Odyssey, and it's a working viewfinder through that. So I was telling Courtney because ever since I'm pretty sure like Batman Begins, especially the Dark Knight, Nolan's been a mad scientist when it comes to using the IMAX camera, and I believe this one is almost like a model of one that he helped develop back when,
Oh.
I want to say when the movie Tenet came out, maybe Interstellar, but I can't remember. It's really foggy, but I think that's pretty cool as a movie fan to have something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
But before we take a little trip over to Florida, let us hear from one of our good friends.
Sunken City Designs brings you art. Do you like art? I know I do. How about art based on Disney characters, like Mickey Mouse and the Oyster Thief? You know, that's actually from Alice in Wonderland, the best princess movie ever made. Also, we have some dwarfs that have their heads ripped off sometimes. Why? I don't know. It's because it's Sunken City Design. So go there, sunkencitydesign.com. Get yourself some great merchandise. You got posters and I believe clothes. Who knows? I got a cup from there and it's fantastic. You like cups? Do you ever use those? I do. Go for it. Oh yeah, sweatshirts. Can't forget about those. You ever cold? Get yourself a sweatshirt from sunkencitydesign.com. Also, Wall-E. You know, that's the best movie ever made. Second only to Alice in Wonderland. All right, if you also like Walt's apartment, they have merch for that too. Where? sunkencitydesign.com. Hopefully you've already loaded up that site and you're looking at it and you have some items in your cart. Go ahead and check out as soon as you can because show's about to come back on. All right, everybody, we appreciate you.
Yes, and we'd appreciate it if
Yeah.
you checked out our boy Louis at Sunken City Designs for his awesome art, and then just some cool stuff coming. I know he's got a lot of big plans coming out later on the summer, so definitely follow him on Instagram as well to see where he might be. Hopefully, he'll be out there near you. So, but like I said, we are going to head over to Florida, where a very popular resort is getting a little bit of an upgrade. So. Take it, Courtney.
Yeah, so we're gonna be so Imagineers have thought that the treehouse needs some uplift. So they need a new facelift. So the Treehouse Villas at Saratoga Springs Resort is going to be getting new murals, new paintings, new carvings into the furniture. So like right here on screen, we have the birds from Cinderella. They're going to be on the bedposts. It looks like they're going to introduce Fox and the Hound into like the murals behind the beds in some rooms. Bruni, so they're introducing all the different animals. And then there's also Sleeping Beauty, the woodland creatures. So it's very much like having like sidekick vibes and like animal vibes to me, you know.
So and that kind of so first of all, I don't know anything about a lot of these topics coming out. Sorry, people. I've just been in World Cup fever right now. I'm busy with work, so but this looks very cool. But I was wondering how close is Saratoga Springs to Hollywood Studios, because this has a vibe of the new courtyard by the animation
I
area,
know,
but I
right?
know it's very
Um,
woodsy. So
I don't think it's right next to them. I think it's more like in the Disney Springs area, like Coronado and like that
okay,
area. But it
Gus
definitely
Gus.
has that vibe to me too, the courtyard vibes, because it's Gus Gus. It's Gus Gus
Yeah,
in the wood. Like,
but I think even if it's not close, but I think it's been a while, but the sidekicks are finally getting their dues. Because the
they
fans have
deserve all the love.
yeah, fans obviously love Disney Sky sidekicks, whether if they're hero or villain sidekicks. So the fact that
hmm
the courtyard at Hollywood Studios is so heavily influenced by them, and now this resort, I think that's very cool and definitely long overdue,
Yes.
in my opinion. But sticking to more resorts and more uh funness around lodges, we got something about wetlands at Disney Lakeshore Lodge. What's this
So the
about?
wetlands is what they're calling their pool area, it looks
Oh,
like.
okay.
So at the Lakeshore Lodge, that's the new DVC Villa area that's going in around Magic Kingdom area. So yeah, so the wetlands is going to be the outdoor recreation area where all the pools are. Looks like they're going to have like a splash pad. Um, it does say that it's like divided up into these like different areas where you're going to have Heron Shores, which is an imaginative climbing feature. So basically a play area for kids. You're going to have Otter Springs, which is an interactive water features, which might be like that splash pad. And they're going to have a lazy river. You're going to have the
Hell yeah.
Daydream River. And then you're going to have Lakeside Lagoon, which is a zero entry pool and water slide. So,
Nice. And I'm going to, so if you're watching on YouTube, let us know what you think, but this is totally, oh, this is the otter one. So at first this gave me like Bug's Life vibe, but I see
I know,
this
right?
picture looks like an otter or something in the background.
Yeah, I think that's the Otter Springs.
Yeah.
Oh, because look there, I think there's an otter laying on its back.
Oh yeah, right here with a shell
Right
on its
here.
belly.
Yeah. Yeah, there's an otter there, and then the otter spitting water at everybody.
Yeah. With what looks like a butterfly on its nose.
Oh, cute.
So this is cool because I am definitely a water baby, and I love just these little. I mean, you give me a lazy river and it just going around in a circle. I'm all about that. So,
Yeah.
this would be fun. This would be very cool.
I'm excited. I would definitely book, a room there just to see,
Yeah.
like, the amenities and stuff like that. Definitely scared. Cool.
Oh yeah. Then moving on to Epcot for something that I feel like every year we start announcing earlier and earlier. Because Food and Wine is coming up in August,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I swear the first time I went to one of the early times I went to Epcot, we were there the second week that Food and Wine opened in October. So I mean, it's
geez.
like oogie boogie. But one of the highlights of Food and Wine, other than food or wine, is the Eat to the Beat music series. So we got the lineup.
Yeah,
I want to bring it up if you want to mention who's going to be there.
yeah. So we've got a lot of new bands coming in too, playing. So Hanson's gonna start us off, and then we're gonna get the War and Treaty. I don't know them, but they're apparently new. Yellow Card is gonna be coming. Something called the Couch. They're new. Fits and the Tantrums are gonna be there. Now they're interesting because they are the song that plays at the end of World of Color for the 70th.
Make me wanna move.
Yeah, exactly that one. Mm-hmm.
That's a bop.
Mercy Me is gonna be there. Grupo Mania, they're new. Newfound Glory is gonna be there. Interesting choice. I like that. Smash Mouth is gonna be there. Ray Ruiz is new. Tiffany is going to be there. The Fray.
Sorry. Old school
Really?
crush. Old school crush.
Starship featuring Mickey Thomas. Ben Reactor. Alan Stone is new. Lauren Elena is going to come.
Who's that? That sounds
she's a
familiar.
country-
Oh,
That's a country
okay.
artist. She was the runner-up to Scotty McCreery in American Idol.
Oh.
Bowling for Soup is going to be there, and they better play the Phineas and Ferb.
I like
theme song.
bowling and I like soup.
Bowling for Soup,
Sorry.
and then Boys to Men always plays, and
Ooh,
Molly
Rainbow
always
Connection.
goes to the Boys to Men.
Rainbow
They
Connection.
better play that song. And then we have Big Head Todd and the Monsters.
Old school.
I don't know
Nice.
who that is.
They were like they were around like when Hootie and the Blowfish and those like kind of bands were coming out in the early to mid 90s.
Okay. And then we have Grace Potter. She did the end credit song to Tangled. And
Yeah, fun
then
song.
the Beach Boys. So John Stamos is going to be there again for Tori's birthday, November 11th through the 12th. So,
Oh yeah, she would love that if he showed up for sure.
yeah, right. So that's your lineup for Eat to the Beat. Hopefully there's some people you want to go see if you are attending Food and Wine, and you can just find out what weekend they're playing and make your reservations then.
And I feel like sometimes last minute they might add an act too. They've done that in the past. They've done that with the Broadway series during Festival of the Arts. So, and they do a good job. I mean, I know not all the bands and acts are for everybody, but they do a good variety, and they do a good variety of returning favorites as well as new people. But seriously, is there anything better than Boyz II Men singing Rainbow Connection?
No, there is not.
I mean,
unless
I've
the
been-
actual Muppets are playing.
Yeah,
unless
true.
the actual Muppets are singing it themselves. There's not.
I've been such a big
anything
fan
else.
of them since they first came out, but if they sang nothing but like an hour long, no, that might be a little much. But let us know who you would like to see at the Eat at the Beat. It's always a fun time. I mean, anything live music at Epcot, whether they're internationally known bands or just regular random bands that play in the country, different countries, are so cool. So check them out if you're there, and if you haven't been there already. Going back, jumping to staying at Walt Disney World, but kind of going to one of the other resorts. We're getting more updates at another resort. Is that what I'm seeing correctly? Or
Yes, they are completely changing Boardwalk. I mean, not completely, but they're making it, more not carnival-like, I think.
Okay.
Or maybe it is. The Disney parks are saying that new spaces are coming to Disney's Boardwalk at Disney World. We're getting a basin on the boardwalk, and it will offer handcrafted products and with personalized touches. We do love our basin soap.
is that? I was going to ask. It looks like soap.
It's soap.
Oh, okay.
And then they are getting a new lounge. It's going to be called the Hurly Burly, a new destination lounge that will welcome families for activities during the day and transform into a live music venue for guests 21 and older at night, because they got rid of the jelly rolls and stuff like that. So they need
that was a
something
dueling
on
piano
that
place,
boardwalk.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
dueling
this was
piano.
one of Tori's favorites, and from what I heard, a lot of cast members' favorite hangouts after work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that sucks because
So
I know they
it'll
had
be
a lot
the
of fun
lounge
there.
at Boardwalk.
But looking at this concept art that they have for their Hurly Burly, it really looks like that 1920s through 1940s jazz lounge. It looks like there's a trio
that's
up
what I was.
there plus a singer. I dig it.
Yeah,
I
like a
love that era.
speakeasy.
Yeah.
It's almost like a speakeasy. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, I just love that era. I love the music, just the vibe. And
Yeah, that's why I said that they're kind of getting away from that circusy feel that they had, because they've already renovated a lot of the spaces in Boardwalk.
Yeah.
to get, and it doesn't really have the like boardwalk game carnival feel anymore.
Yeah. So I'm all for it. Plus, it's just another place that's right next to Epcot that'd be worth stay for me. So
Like, yeah.
I mean, oh, cool. And sticking with Walt Disney World, there's some new transportation updates coming to the transportation system. So what have they
Yes.
announced here?
So starting on June 28th, there's going to be a permanent change. They already tried this a little bit on Easter, like around Easter, or I think it was around Easter, like spring break, is that you have to have a valid reservation, or like whether like a stay at a Disney resort or a reservation at a dining location or an activity to be able to take the bus from Disney Springs to that resort. There will be, so if you're staying on property, you don't have to worry about this. You can you can resort hop still. But if you are not staying on property and you wanted to like visit one of the resorts, you do have to have a valid reservation to be able to go on property. And you can only there will only be a 2-hour time window for when you can use the transportation for your dining or activity reservation. So like say your reservation is at 3, you will be able to board. You won't be able to board before 1 p.m. You have to wait for 2 hours before your activity to go.
Oh, okay.
And this is only for transportation from Disney Springs to Walt Disney Resorts via the Sasagula River boat cruise or the buses.
So I totally misunderstood this when you told me this last night, because little preview into our relationship. We talk on the phone every night, and a lot of times it's after a long day of work. So I read this as, even if you're staying, or I had this in my brain as, even if you're staying on resort, like say we stay at All Star Music, but we couldn't just like all out of the blue go to the Polynesian just to hang out unless we had reservations. Yeah. Thank you, Diz, at Grotto, Trader Sam's. But it makes sense that people that maybe like locals that would like you, because you mentioned about, oh, this has come from Disney Springs. I'm like, that makes sense. Like if locals or people staying, like you said, off property, try to jump on the tram or bus from Disney Springs.
I think that might have been me. Because that's how I understood it too, how that one was doing it. Like, but I read.
Oh no, I'm dumb in the evening, you know.
No. Because like I was thinking the same thing. I was like, wait, you can't resort hop anymore. But like I read another post right before we went live, and they were like, let me clear this up. Like, if you're staying already on property, you can go anywhere on property. You can visit the hotel or whatever, because the buses will scan your Magic Band or your room key to make sure that you have a valid reservation.
On resort.
And apparently it doesn't matter where, it's just on that resort that you have a valid reservation.
As long as the mouse is taking your money.
Exactly. Then you can go wherever you want. But if it's not, then you have to have a reservation. And that makes a whole lot of sense.
So yeah, I get that.
And a lot of the times they do this, or they have experimented with this around heavy holidays. Like they'll do it on July 4th. They'll do it like I said, with spring break, because a lot of people want to just like hang out at the resorts, but that's not really like copacetic.
And like I told you, after our wait for the monorail coming from the Contemporary, I'm all good for that. So but no, this makes total more sense. And cool. I think that's a good thing. But like I said,
a lot of people were like, and a lot of people were just like, oh, is this just like a temporary change like before, like just around holidays, or is this like permanent? And they said no, starting June 28th, it's permanent change. So
got it. Cool. My opinions have slightly changed on it, and I'm for it. For the most part, stayed. But staying in Florida, but moving on to, I will say it, my second favorite theme park in Florida, in Orlando. Even Epic Universe is getting a little bit of an upgrade to their
Yeah.
nighttime programming. So what's going on here?
So they're getting a new glittering fireworks finale. So they're gonna it's their like kiss goodnight kind of thing.
Yeah.
So premiering July 7th, experience the excitement of Universal Celestial Goodnight. A dazzling new nightly display of fireworks, dancing fountains, and unforgettable music at Universal Epic Universe. It is subject to change, or cancellation nightly, depending on weather, because it does rain a lot. But
Yeah.
like, still, I'm glad that they have like a good night, a good nighttime show.
Yeah, and I don't know how much.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is just for the photo or anything, but I mean, it looks like, if according to this photo, if you're watching on YouTube, the fireworks are behind the Helios, which is the in-park hotel. That looks like a
Yeah.
steampunk Bellagio. Beautiful, beautiful building
Definitely.
overlooking the lagoon.
Mhm.
Which when we were there, we were in line for the carousel right at close.
Yeah.
We saw
Right there.
their previous Kiss Goodnight, whatever, I don't know what it was called, but it's basically going through every portal, Universal history, with the different themes and stuff. It was awesome, and we didn't even really see it. So the fact that they're actually
I
doing a
know.
proper fireworks show behind the Helios, probably like fountain lighting, as you can see in the lagoon. And the fact that you'll be able to see this from around, like so many locations too, is very cool.
And up at the Helios, they have that like rooftop bar too, so you'll be able to see it.
Which
That's
got
pretty
the
cool.
thumbs of approval from Tori and Bethany. So
Woo!
it looked pretty awesome. This is cool. I'm excited, and it's just
Makes me wanna
another
go back.
reason to go back to Epic
To go
Universe
back.
for sure. Yeah, very cool. And that starts already, you said?
July 7th. So in a few weeks.
All righty. Well, I was kind of jumping the gun, but we do got one more bit of news for Universal, and this one actually is for both coasts, and it is that time of year where we're getting reveals for Hollywood Horror Nights, especially like the big houses, the big theming ones. We
The
got
big
the Sinners
IPs.
one, yeah. So they hit us
We got
hard.
the Jack and Oddfellow. We got the Jack and Oddfellow, and then we
Yeah.
got the Sinner's House, and now we
Sinners.
have
Got another big
Stranger
one.
Things.
So yeah, let's see this little video.
Yeah, the reveal.
Please come in. Stare too long, and you'll find these mirrors reflect only your darkest fears.
Crossover into Stranger Things 5. One nightmare of many. Only at Universal Halloween Horror Nights.
That's cool. Coming off the
Gonna be cool.
finale, coming off the new animated show, which I haven't got into yet, but
I watched it. It's cool.
is this still a no for you?
Yes. It's a no.
But
I will
you
watch
did the
it from
thing
the
in
comfort of my
Vegas.
own home and watch other people go through it.
But you did the thing in Vegas.
Yeah, it's that, but Demigorgons and Vecna do not jump out at you. They're in Vegas.
Well, they're there.
As statues that I knew weren't gonna move.
You weren't sure if they would move or not.
No, I wasn't sure, but then I saw it. Mhm.
So what we got? So now we got 3 out of the 5 announced.
Yeah, you have 3 out of the 5 big houses. They'll probably keep something for Midsummer Scream to announce, and then they'll announce all the scare zones. So.
Okay. And so I know sometimes when they do certain IPs, they'll do like specific, if it's like a TV show, they'll do specific seasons. Have they announced if they're doing like closer to like a season 2, or just, you think they're just getting into the universe?
Well, I know the last time they did it, they did like a combination of season 2 and 3. because they did have the Star Court mall
Mhm.
in that house. So I'm thinking that this is maybe going to be don't quote me on it, but maybe 4 and 5 together. But they did Stranger Things not too long ago, so it might be
Yeah.
that was 4. Um, with the Vecna room and stuff like that. So I think I honestly I think they'll just focus on season 5.
Yeah.
The final season.
Okay, that'd be cool though. So
Because
so
there's
far I'm
crazy
excited.
stuff that happens in season 5. So
Yeah. So far I'm excited. I'm a big fan of Stranger Things. I love Sinners. Um I think it's gonna be fun. So we'll see what happens with that. But before we move on internationally, why don't we hear about our friends who can help you get to those international parks from our domestic parks?
It's been a great show so far, but who's ready for an ad break? Did you know that the best way to keep our shows going is by supporting our sponsors? So let's get to know more about the travel experts at Getaway Today. They've been helping to make vacation dreams come true since 1990. And whether you want to visit the happiest place on earth or to travel to Orlando for a most epic adventure, they are there to help. Are you trying to find out which hotel is your best option or which theme park tickets will work best for your visit? Are you concerned that you might need a last-minute change? No worries. Their travel experts will help you out. Looking to book a cruise but don't know where to start? Hey, they can help with that too. They will find the perfect cruise for your vacation, whether it's your first time or you're a well-seasoned cruiser. When you book your cruise with one of the Getaway Today experts, you will have a dedicated agent to help you every step of the way. They take care of the details so you can have the most fun. Getaway Today offers peace of mind travel, allowing you to cancel or make changes up to 72 hours before your trip. You will always have the most up-to-date vacation information, both pre-arrival and upon welcome. Getaway Today guarantees the best prices, with no hidden fees, and every time you book through Getaway Today, they will donate a portion back to a charitable organization in your area. And so far, over $4.5 million have been donated. So go ahead and dial 1-855-GETAWAY, that's 1-855-438-2929, and be sure to tell them that Walt's Apartment sent you. Or just click the link in our show notes for more information and the best deals to start your Disney, Universal Studios, or cruise vacation planning. What I'm trying to say is, if you like to travel, check out Getaway Today. Alright, so now it's time to get back to enjoying that view from Walt's apartment. Let's get back to the show.
Yes, we love Getaway Today. They're your go-to destination for any planning trips or places where you want to plan trips to either the Disney Universal resorts, other theme parks around the country and world, and of course, Cruise Line and Alani, all that good stuff. But we're going to actually talk a little bit about Disneyland Shanghai. And as we got a few topics coming from this land, I'll let Courtney decide what she wants to talk about first because I got them both queued up.
So really quickly, so last Destination D or D23, they said they announced that a Spider-Man roller coaster was coming to Shanghai, and they just what?
I said,
Yeah. So they just placed the final track piece, and so it's all put together. It's all installed. And this is going to be the signature coaster of the upcoming Spider-Man themed land that has this just shows that they're one step closer to completing that mission.
So we got photos here. Check them out on YouTube or even Shanghai Disney Resort on Instagram. I know they're putting the new track here, but I can't remember. Was this an existing roller coaster or completely brand new?
No, it's completely brand new. I think that it's a brand new land. Even I don't think it was an existing land. I think that they rebranded. I think it's a brand new land that they're adding on.
Wow, really look at it, especially see what the ride vehicles look like, especially being Iron Man themed. Is it going to be Iron Man looking? Is it going to look like an Audi? Who knows? We'll find out real
I don't
soon.
know. We will find
But
out soon. Hopefully we'll get an update at D23.
yeah,
But the other update coming out of Shanghai is they're also getting a third hotel. It's going to be called Enchanted Star Hotel, and it's based off of the fabled Wishing Star. And yeah, so
So
we
you
just got a
gotta
new
say it.
rendering of what it's. What?
You gotta say proper Shanghai Disney Enchanted Star Hotel.
Shanghai Disney Enchanted Star Hotel, based off of the Wishing Star.
Everything's got such long names.
I don't think that it's basically like off of like star from like Wish. I just think it's like off of the Wishing Star concept.
Yeah.
But they unveiled a new rendering, which was there on screen before. So hopefully we'll get more updates at D23 or before when they come out. But as of right now, we just have this rendering.
Sure. I'm sure we'll get more. I mean, we're so close to D23. We'll definitely get more there. So in the parks and experiences panel. So stick here for all your D23 news. Now we got one more little topic that I'm sure we could kind of talk about for a little bit. We won't keep you guys too long, but let's take one more break and hear from our good friends at We're in the Park.
Hey fam, what are you doing?
Well, we are doing We're in the Park.
Do you guys know We're in the Park? Because we do.
We do.
So how you play this is that they give you a deck of cards with an image on it, and you get to look around and see where in the park that is.
And they're fun. So if you like to find stuff, this is what you need to do.
The amazing game. We're in the park right here.
If you're a seasoned Disney park goers as we are, it's a fun, challenge even for the hardcore Disney parks fan.
We have played the Where in the Park games that we felt like, ooh, we got
still
this
a challenge.
Oh no, yeah, still a challenge, a fun challenge though, not an impossible challenge.
Check
Yeah,
them
they
out.
get really close to details, and you're like, I have never even seen that. I don't even know.
Where in the park have I seen that?
The great thing about these is that they're not in attractions and they're out in the open places. It's meant for families to play.
Besides people who've been there a lot, it's fun for people that are new to the parks as well, because you catch some of those details that you would probably miss when you're first going.
So there's images that you are finding on one side of the card, and then the other has the hint and the answer that you can reveal if you choose to.
Before it was just the hint and the answer, but now if you really want the land,
it'll tell you
they'll
where.
give you the land for an extra hint. You guys can take as long as you wish without the hint.
Yeah.
Without the hint, it's hard.
But that's what makes it fun.
But they do not just do Disney parks, obviously. What other parks do you guys actually cover?
Universal and not all that good stuff.
East Coast, West Coast, and they're
Yes.
continuing to expand even more after that.
Check them out, we'reinthepark.com, if you need to get some game packs. They are so much fun.
We appreciate We're in the Park.
They're awesome.
We love
Kevin and
that.
Amanda.
Get you some We're in the Park today.
Hell yeah.
Use promo code Walt's APT Podcast to save 10% at we'reinthepark.com.
Yes, we love Kevin and Amanda and Kim at We're in the Park. Fun game, especially if you're going to the parks, any parks during this busy summertime. Check them out. Get you some game packs. Have fun while you're hiding in the shade or trying to get away from the sun. Always some very cool stuff that they work hard at. And if you happen to be in the Anaheim area as of recording, check them out at NostalgiaCon at the Convention Center. Going on this weekend.
Yeah.
If the show comes out
Weekend,
after,
they're there.
yeah, hope you saw them. And many of our friends, either artists and actors that are going to be there, but definitely check out We're in the Park. And a very special birthday to Kevin, who celebrated his birthday this past Wednesday.
Happy birthday, Kevin.
Yay! From your friends here at Extra Magic Hour and Elements of Fun and all that good stuff. But we got one more kind of article here, And this is the one thing I contributed to the show topics. And of course, it's a thank you, Captain Obvious, because nothing's really been confirmed. But it's when we're waiting for Star
I
Wars,
don't know
certain things
exactly
get
what they're going to
announced.
be talking about.
No, they're talking
We
about these
never
for
know.
sure. So,
Oh, for
according to a site I like, Star Wars News, Star Wars Starfighter and Ahsoka season 2 are expected to be the main highlights for Lucasfilm at this year's D23, which takes place on August 14th through 16th. So, yes, like I said, this is pretty
Yes.
obvious stuff, and we knew. I mean,
They
I knew we were
may
going to get.
also touch on Visions again, just because I think that comes out in September or October. I don't
So
remember.
yeah, so I believe it's the spin-off, which is the Ninth Jedi. It was one of the most popular storylines from the first season of Visions.
Yeah, but they're
Great
doing Vision
story.
season 3 too. So
Well, 3 already came out, but I
did
think
it?
unless it's like kind of like Netflix does the first half and then the second half. It
Did I
came out.
did I
Yeah, it came out in the wintertime.
when did that come out? Did I miss
In the
it?
winter. Yeah, probably. But
Okay, never mind.
So, but yeah, no, Visions is awesome though. So, and it wouldn't surprise me if they gave us a little tease of Maul season 2. Where obviously what it's looking like, if we don't get it by Spider-Man, Brand New Day, this is where they're going to announce Doomsday. They're going to bring out the cast. We're going to see the first trailer, and I think they're waiting for D23. The
I
Russos,
think they are
especially.
too.
Yeah, the Russos, Feige, they love D23, and it goes all the way back. I mean, years. But one of the most obvious things that they did was when they were first were showing off Captain America, Winter Soldier, and that was the first time they just had Feige and Anthony Mackie come out, and then Anthony Mackie's like, you can't have a Captain America movie without Captain America. So Chris Evans came out, and then they showed the trailer. The teaser for Winter Soldier and all the bunch of clips and everything. And they're like, did you guys see that Easter egg? Here, let's roll it again. And it's a part where Martin Freeman is interrogating Bucky or the Winter Soldier in this little prison dome.
Oh, yes.
It was numbered D23.
Oh, yes,
And
yes.
and even said that the Russo, one of the brothers, like, we specifically did that because we kept that as a reminder as we got to show this at D23. So that's what they, yeah. And then,
that's where it started. But then also for WandaVision, they definitely put the heart over August 23rd. And that's because that's when the Marvel panel was at D23. So,
yeah. And Infinity War. So, like I said, we were expecting to get it from Mando. People thought we were going to get it during Devil Wears Prada. But I think, it's definitely going to be D23, if not during Spider-Man.
Yeah, it might be Spider-Man because it's July 31st that it comes out. So it's going to be really close. But you're definitely right. If it's not with Spider-Man, they're definitely holding it back for D23. Sure.
Yeah. And like I said, like this little news of what Lucasfilm could announce is just, it's obvious. We didn't need an Instagram post. It got me excited because we are getting close enough for now. Things are starting to speculate for D23. Yeah. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to share that.
But they did say that Spider-Man is going to be in Hall H at Comic-Con.
Yeah. Which makes sense because I keep reminding people that it's still Sony's right now. So that's why I don't think they're going to show Doomsday. So it makes sense that Spider-Man Day is going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. And then we'll be able to reap the benefits from the success on how it does. Because I think it's going to be really good. Totally changing vibes, totally changing the style.
Yeah.
So, very excited. Hope you guys enjoy those topics. We will be back next week with a brand new show of parks news and topics. Maybe we'll get back to some more summertime tips and trips and tricks.
Well, and also I have Kelly and I will be in the parks Wednesday, so we'll definitely give you a rundown.
Yes, and somebody's going to come home with a San Diego popcorn bucket. Maybe not. Well,
Not this trip because it's not in there. It's not there until the 30th. I go the 24th. Sorry.
well, shit. Okay, so let me just
Not this trip.
I will just remind you two then to don't jump in the bay, and we will see you at the parks next week. So see you guys later.
Bye.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here age relives fond memories of the past. And here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.